Hi, I'm Ted Raddick with the Courier Sports Department, and welcome to the 2019 football season and week one of Chalk Talk. Once again this year, we'd like to say thank you to our sponsor, Rhodes State University. Be sure and check their website out at rhodesstate.edu. A couple things I want to talk about before we get into things this week. First of all, this bad boy comes out Wednesday morning. Make sure you pick up a copy. It's your favorite retailer, or hopefully you're a subscriber and it'll come right to your door. One thing I want to mention this year, we have a major rule change. I think people are it's gonna take a couple weeks to get used to. It's the 40/25 second clock. We'll still see the same old 25-second clock that we're used to in some situations. Change of possession, for instance, punt, turnover, interception, fumble, kickoffs, extra point attempts, timeouts called by a team, officials timeout for an injury. Otherwise, we're going to have a 40-second clock. And what's going to happen is, once the ball carrier, whether it's a receiver or a running back, is down, one of the wing officials is going to come in, he's going to raise his hand, and that 40-second clock is going to start rolling. That's before the ball is spotted. That's before the box, the down marker's spotted. If it's a first down, that's before the chains are spotted. If there's an incomplete pass, that clock is going to roll when that ball hits the ground. Now the game clock, it'll still be stopped to set for a first down. It'll still stop if a runner goes out of bounds. It'll still stop on an incomplete pass. But it's something that's going to take some getting used to for people. Chain gangs are going to have to hustle. Ball boys are going to have to hustle. So it's just something that everyone will have to keep an eye on over the first couple weeks, and I'm sure we'll all get used to it, and it will be normal as usual. So let's get into it, Dave. The Trojans open up with Anthony Wayne at home on Friday night.
Anthony Wayne, the Generals, they have become the premier team in the Northern Lakes League. They were, they've gone through series over there. Sylvania and Southview won a state championship a while back. Perrysburg has been good. Last 3 years since Andy Brungard got there, Anthony Wayne's been the big dog in the Northern Lakes League. 3 straight playoff appearances, 2 straight league championships. The thing Finley has to be aware of is and from the information I could find, Anthony Wayne lost their quarterback, their running back, their top receiver, and an all-league linebacker. But what you got to prepare for with Anthony Wayne is their defense. Andy Brungard was the defensive coordinator at Perrysburg for 7 years before he took over at Anthony Wayne. Since he's been at Anthony Wayne, he's made defense the central point of that team. Last year they shut out 4 teams, and you guys know how hard it is with today's spread, open offense. Yeah. You shut out a team, you're playing some pretty physical, hard-hitting defense. Shut out 4 teams. In the regular season, 1 team scored 21 points. Nobody else scored more than 14. So one thing Finley's going to have to be prepared for is outstanding defense. I anticipate a low-scoring game. Finley has a young offense. They don't have the veterans to attack them offensively as well. Finley's strength also is defense. So I think we're going to see close to the vest, hard-hitting, and probably a low-scoring game.
Okay. Andy, you got a good one this Friday. You've got 2 playoff teams from last year as Carey visits Leipzig.
Really looking forward to this one. It's kind of one that you see it on the schedule. It really kind of pops out at you. These are 2 programs that are always there. They're always solid. You know you're going to get a kind of tough game with them. And each team, on paper, it looks like they've got a lot of people to replace and whatnot. It just feels like to me that Leipzig has a little few more people back. Carey has their quarterback, a linebacker, and a tackle, and that's kind of about it. Leipzig, but they're both Carey's quarterback was pretty solid for them last year in his first year, 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Leipzig's quarterback, Drew Liffick, has some experience under his belt, but they're probably going to be leaning on the run game. They have 2 all-league performers back. They've also got 2 very valuable runners in Cole Williamson and Juan Pena, who averaged 8 yards per carry. 10 yards per carry, respectively, and they're also their second and third leading tacklers. The games at Leipzig, Carey last year, I saw both these teams twice last year. Both teams like to get a lot of people involved. Carey seemed to be more of a committee, but they also had one of the N10 Players of the Year, Jordan Dasher. He's gone. They had Griffin Summit, who 11 touchdowns on 22 catches is pretty hard to do with
Right.
20 yards per carry. He's gone too. Adam Hackworth was a big bruising back. He's gone as well. They're going to be initiating a lot of new playmakers kind of in the mix, and this feels like to me like Lipstick has a few more proven guys on the field, and they also have 3 returning linemen too. They're pretty sizable.
Two teams that like to put a hat on
Yes.
you too.
Yes.
They're known for their hitting. I have 2 games this week. On Thursday, I will be at Donnell Stadium. Van Buren's playing their home games this year. On weeks when Findlay High's at home on Fridays, Van Buren will play there on Thursdays, and that's the case this week as they host former Blanchard Valley
Yeah.
Conference foe, Hopewell Loudon, in a non-conference game this year. Hopewell's obviously moved to the Sandusky Bay Conference. Friday, I got one of our classic old rivalries. Columbus Grove visits Pandora Gilboa. They've been playing each other forever. Again, 2 playoff teams from a year ago, and I'm looking forward to that one. So I think that'll wrap it up for us for this week. Remember to pick up your copy of your Courier football tab that comes out in Wednesday's paper. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Rhodes State University. Their website is rhodesstate.edu, and we are happy to welcome them back this season. We will see you next week.